Alright. We have returned after 10 minutes. And we got some really cool stuff to talk about with our picks of the week this week. Plus, we'll be talking about Epic suing Apple. We'll be talking about... What was the other thing?
Shit.
We'll get to it. Anyway,
We'll get to it.
welcome everyone to Micah and The Hatman. Let's get started. Alright. Hatman,
Yeah.
you've got some Alan Moore for us.
No, I don't.
Sort of.
I've got the Wachowskis.
Yeah, which is based on an Alan
Yeah.
Moore thing.
Yes.
But anyway,
I think I've talked about V for Vendetta before. I swear to God, there was like a stream we did around the 5th of November, and I was like, hey, V for Vendetta, it's that time of year again. But in any case, I watched it again, and I still really like this movie. Like, I think I may actually like it better than the graphic novel. I think it does a better job of, I guess, making a political statement as opposed to just the pure anarchy of Alan Moore's novel. But I may be totally biased because I'm not a fucking anarchist and I don't really like anarchists. But no, I really do like this movie, and it still feels relevant more now. Well, yeah, I'd say more now than it did during the Bush era, because it is obviously a critique of Bush era politics. But my God, America's Civil War and a deadly virus.
real quick, Darth Bobcat throws in a buck, says, just catching up on the stream. What if I told you Stephanie is just Steve in a wig? Nah.
Bullshit. I know who Stephanie is. I know who Steve is too, and he's definitely not Stephanie.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. But anyway, no. I still say it's a good movie. I still say it's a relevant movie. I kind of saw it this time more as a revenge film. This time, I paid more attention to that line about the Count of Monte Cristo, and how Evie's like, I feel bad for Mercedes because what's his name cared more about revenge than her, and yeah, I probably should have picked up on that all the other times I've watched it, but I didn't because I'm stupid, or as the button goes, I'm kind of retarded.
Yep.
So yeah, but yeah, I kind of see this as a revenge film too now, and it's still good. It's still good. I don't know where the trans themes are in it though. I'm still looking for those. So maybe it might take another, decade or so. When did V for Vendetta come out? 2004, I think.
4, yeah.
2006. Okay, so I've got to wait another 6 years or so for the articles about how it's actually a trans allegory to come out. So
I'm expecting it in like 2 months. Are you kidding me?
oh shit. Well, I mean, why not? Well, I don't know. Speed Racer might be in 2 months, but we'll see about that. Anyway, cap it all off. Good movie. You've probably seen it already, but if you haven't, what the fuck are you waiting for?
Yeah, the definite highlight is Hugo Weaving as V.
Oh yeah, and you never see his face the whole time either. So it's literally just voice and body language, which is fantastic. I mean, certainly speaks to his skills as an actor.
Oh, absolutely. It's one reason I wish they'd bring him back as the Red Skull, but...
That'd be great.
But no, nothing else to say about it?
Not really. I feel like most things that could be said about V for Vendetta have been said already.
Okay.
It's one of those movies, like I said, you've probably already seen it. So there's really not a whole lot that I can say about it that hasn't been said or you haven't already thought of yourself.
Chaos Sonic says...
Like the revenge thing.
Yeah. Chaos Sonic says, sorry I missed the entertainment podcast due to computer fucking up. Thanks a lot, Windows 10. You didn't. We just started.
Yeah.
I think you meant politics, but yeah. Yeah, Gojira does put in Hugo Weaving sadly doesn't want to come back, which is a bummer, but...
It is. But what can you do? I still think he'd be a great Dr. Doom also. But...
Yeah. But so would Mads Mikkelsen. They kind of blew that wad. So I'm hoping for Jason Isaacs.
Oh yeah, that'd be wonderful. That would be wonderful. Nick White says, "How's it a trans allegory?" Yeah, that's a joke about the Matrix is a trans allegory thing that was all over Twitter. I think last week or so.
Yeah, which made no fucking sense.
It doesn't. The Matrix cannot be a prison and yet your idealized self at the same time.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
They even say in the fucking movie that they tried to make it an idealized world, and it was rejected because humans identify with struggle. But then again, the people who were writing that bullshit never saw the fucking movie.
Well, that was the Matrix Reloaded, I think. That was the architect talking about it, right? Or was that the Oracle?
It was the concubine.
The concubine? What?
I'm fucking around with you. No, that was mentioned by Agent Smith in the first movie. We tried to make it a paradise. Right. Yeah.
That's right. It was a disaster.
Yeah.
That's right. I totally forgot about that.
So, because Hatman forgot that, we're going to shame the Hatman real quick.
Do it. Well, I deserve it anyway, so.
Everyone shame the Hatman!
Shame! 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 Shame!
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Also, Bobcat put in $2 and said, someone's trying to stir shit up with Micah and Midnight's Edge. Messaged this in the VIP string. I thought you just put people on guard. Also, Matrix as a trans allegory is dumb. It's just the allegory of the cave or whatever Plato called it. Yeah, something like that. Let me find Midnight's Edge on Twitter.
Really? What the heck?
And I will. I'll shoot a tweet at them. And be like, no, I don't have a problem with you guys. Just so you know.
Midnight's Edge's Twitter has not been active since 2015.
Really? Does anyone know where I can find them on social media? Let me know, and I will. I'll hit them up. But anyway,
Yeah.
Holy Ninja Toe throws in another book. He says, after defending Rourke's Drift, the sleeveless patron saints must join the effort to defend humanity from the commie bugs. This Sunday is Starship Troopers. There you go, guys. If you're not a patron already, there's a link in the description below. If you put in $1, you get into the Discord server. If you put in $5, you get into the VIP section, which has exclusive streams and Q&As that show information that other people do not get. So, something to consider. But, Jesus Christ, whenever I'm trying to do a Q&A, please stop trying to change the subject. I had to constantly be steering someone back towards questions that were asked. He'd be like, yeah, but this and conservatism, da-da-da. It's like, no. Stop it. Going over here now. Staying on topic. I had to do that over and over again. I'm like, God damn it, dude. So, Ghost of Tsushima.
Sushi-Mama.
Yeah. So, this is probably one of my most anticipated games of the year. The ones that I was looking forward to most were, of course, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then this. And the main reason being is I wanted a samurai game. You know, I wanted something that goes over like Bushido and things along those lines. So this was, how do I put this? Real quick, Chaos Sonic says, how much to review a comic book? I know 50's anime and it shows, 20 is the movies. It depends on the size of the comic. So, but, so Ghost of Tsushima is about the goddamn Mongolians!
Oh, goddamn Mongolian.
Coming in, trying to steal their island. And basically, the samurai try to fight the Mongolians with duty and honor and all that other fun stuff. I have to turn my camera off for a second. And get slaughtered. So there is one survivor, well, there's two actually, but one of them is a young man named Jin Sakai, who is the nephew of the Lord of the Island. And Jin is, or basically the story is about his revenge on the Mongolians and the current Khan, that is terrorizing them before they invade mainland Japan. So it's basically about a samurai having to forego Bushido and use guerrilla tactics to defeat an invading army. So I have to say, this was like something about Sony's exclusives. It seems like a lot of them are open world-ish feeling games with crafting mechanics, but yet a lot of their exclusives are also really good open world games with crafting mechanics. And Ghost of Tsushima, the one thing I like about it is that there's no characters in this that are protagonists that there's nobody that's unlikable, which shocked the shit out of me. You know, just shocked the shit out of me. I'm like, wow, I actually like all of these characters. Why can't anime do this? But anyway, but basically, from there, Jin, more or less, I almost feel like this story is like the first Shinobi. In a way. Because you look at Jin's armor there to my left, and he looks like a ninja. You know? And when you start using a lot of stealth tactics, you fight like one too. Chaos Sonic throws more money at us. He throws in $10. He says, how about once it comes out in September, review Marvel's Rise of Ultraman #1, which is Marvel and Subayara Productions' collaboration of a reimagination of Ultraman. Sure, we will do that then. Or I will anyway. But it basically feels like, yeah, the first Shinobi. Because he's using grappling hooks, he's using kunai, he's using smoke bombs, he's using his bow and arrow from range. You know, you're using subversion tactics, poisons, things along those lines. Like, he's basically shedding one philosophy for a new one that's being created. Darth Bobcat throws in a buck and says, Sony exclusives are open world games. What that one world weirdo is to rich women buying absurd amounts of Wonder Bread. No, really, that guy exists. I'm very confused by that donation. Anyway, but yeah, that's basically what he feels like. It's like a proto ninja. And that's the interesting thing about him, is that he has to find, he's kind of torn between two philosophies. One that, in a sense, isn't just about, you know, who, like, how he fights, but also how he's perceived by the people around him and the law of the land. And then the other is basically fighting for survival, you know. And I enjoy the duality of it. And I also enjoy that you can really, at least in combat, decide how you want to approach the situation just about any way you want to. The problem that I have with the game is that even though the story is well written in regards to the scripting and things like that, what is not well written about it is that the tactics that you take are kind of fixed in how it's going to affect the story. I would have much preferred that there was more choice in regards to how you affect the storyline. 420 Gunny throws in $3 and says, I enjoyed the Warcraft movie for being so faithful to the video game series. Couldn't stand the idiot boomer movie critics who trash it for being a Lord of the Rings ripoff because humans versus orcs. And he says, I can't wait to pick up Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow. You're going to love it. The gameplay, on the other hand, is fantastic. Like, it's really, really good. The sword fighting is kind of tough at first. Once you get used to how like the counter windows and the stances that you earn and things like that, it becomes that much more fun. I just love the little things that you can do, you know? And, like, when you start learning how to deal with archers, when you get the quick throw weapons, things along those natures. Like, there's so many just interesting ways to tackle a scenario. Though my favorite is still walking out in front of a base in full samurai regalia and basically challenging their strongest warrior to a fight and then cutting him down in one deadly strike. So if you want to feel like a samurai, this game provides. If you want to feel like a ninja, this game provides. There's a ton of cool armors. There's a ton of cool looks. And it just seems to really understand Japanese culture very well. So, even with my gripes, I still recommend it. I think it's definitely worth full price. Because there's a lot to this game. There's a reason I didn't review this last week. I've had it since last Monday. I just now finished it yesterday. So, it is a great video game. It's just really, really fucking good. So, definitely a must-buy. So... Holy Ninja Joe says, you may be right, because historical shinobi was more of a role that both samurai and peasants did, so points for historical accuracy. Well, yeah, it's historical fiction, you know, because Bushido as a philosophy didn't really exist until, like, the 1700s. I think it was, like, an 18th century thing. And this takes place way before that. So, not to mention, like, the sword placement, the katana and the tanto, they didn't use katanas at that time period, or tantos. There was just a straight sword that the Japanese used. The katana came later. So, Chaos Sonic says, and this game is still a better ninja than Naruto. Leaks, because he's he's basically a fucking ninja, if you play it that way. I especially love, like, the executions that he gets later on, is like, he just will take his tanto and just jab it into the side of someone's neck really fast and then duck back down and run away. You know, I like how he doesn't linger when you upgrade that. Again, not to mention there's a ton of customizability. If you want to walk around like a Ronin with a straw hat, you can do that. There are outfits that look like ninja, and then there's a ton of samurai looking armor too. The ghost armor, which is the one you see, is the best armor in the game. You get it at the beginning of Act 3. The end of Act 2, beginning of Act 3, around that time. And it's basically the ninja armor, as you can see. So, yeah, I think it stylistically looks fantastic. So, there we go. Hatman, you gonna buy it?
Possibly. Right now, I'm in this goddamn rabbit hole that Darth Bobcat has sent me on about this fucking Wonder Bread fetish. I don't understand what the fuck is going on here. Rich women buying Wonder Bread. Who?
I mean, Wonder Bread's kind of tasty, but still.
But fetish material? No, I'm drinking. Fuck that. No.
Jesus Christ. Okay, anyway. on to the topics of the day. So both of our recommendations, if you're looking for a good movie to watch, V for Vendetta. If you're looking for a good game to occupy a ton of your time, Ghost of Tsushima. Alright, Hatman, I don't know dick about Avatar. Tell me what's going on.
So, Avatar is a good series, but it's for kids because it aired on Nickelodeon. So...
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Hatman's
what?
Fursona donated
shit.
$3 and says, so since you're doing black metal cringe this week, ... Oh, I have plans for what I'm going to subject Hatman to.
Oh, god, fucking shit. Anyway.
But because we've hit past $25, I owe people a bite of pizza with some hentai hot sauce on it, so...
Take that bite. I'll explain
Yes.
Avatar while you eat. Yeah, it's a kid's show. It's a show for kids about people who can control the four elements: water, fire, earth, and air. And one kid who can control all four elements, who's known as the Avatar, who reincarnates, of course. And yeah, I mean, good series. Solid character development. I really recommend it. For a kid's show, it has surprisingly mature themes about it. They were going to do a live-action adaptation.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Well, let me walk it back a little bit. They did a live-action movie.
With penis hair.
Directed by M. Night Shyamalan. And what a twist! It was terrible. And nobody talks about it because it was ass. So Netflix now has the streaming rights to the whole series. And they were going to do a live-action adaptation with the series creators on board. Okay, cool. What could go wrong? Apparently, everything, because creators just walked, and it's since come out that Netflix wanted the series to be more mature, darker, with blood and gore and sex and violence. A kid's show. So needless to say, live action Avatar is fucking cursed. It will never ever be a good thing. Are you alive?
Sort of.
Christ, how much of that did you put on there?
Too much. Woo! I'm awake.
So does Sokka bang the moon? Probably. I don't fucking know. And honestly, I don't know. Netflix is pushing forward with this. By the way, they're saying fuck it. They just won't be a part of the creative process anymore. We're going to keep going. So it's happening whether we want it or not. And frankly, I think it's ridiculous. Avatar was fine without any kind of blood. The violence there was very minimal, and like a major theme of it was Aang the Avatar's pacifism. He was not violent at all, and he wanted to stray away from violence if at all possible. I mean, that was the whole final conflict of the fucking series. How do you defeat the big bad but not be violent about it? So and sex on top of that, these are like 12 and 13 and 14-year-old kids.
Oh god, it's Big Mouth all over again.
Yeah, I get it. Big Mouth is a fucking thing, but Jesus Christ. What's your problem?
Real quick, couple donations.
Go for it.
Chaos Sonic donates dollars, says, I'm not asking for a lap dance as I don't swing that way. Yet. No, I'm kidding. Once you're done with cringe, if you don't mind, I'd like to show you the trailer of The Rise of Ultraman that Marvel posted. Sure, we'll watch it. And then Darth Bobcat threw in a buck and said it was apparently from an unreliable source.
What was from an unreliable source?
Wonder Bread.
Oh. dark and edgy for the sake of being dark and edgy. That sums it up very well. Fuck it. Fuck it. It's cursed. Cursed forever.
There you go. Eric Cartman of Borg says Brave New World Avatar Edition.
Oh, God.
Kinda, yeah. Daniel Parker throws in $5. Says it shouldn't be any surprise Netflix started going downhill as soon as the Obamas got on the board. Yeah. That is true.
Oh, supposedly the news was fake. At this point, I don't even fucking know. Fake or not, the creators getting effectively ousted is not good.
Mm-hmm.
And this tells me that it's cursed. So, fuck it. We saw how badly Netflix butchered fucking Evangelion anyway.
Yeah, still not happy about that.
I wouldn't trust them for shit.
Goodness. Spicy. Doesn't really lend itself that well to pizza.
I have found one hot sauce that I think would do really good on pizza.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember the name of it, unfortunately.
Of course not. Okay. Next subject. So DC Comics is fucked.
Again?
Well, they're going to be cutting a bunch of series, apparently.
So they're cutting the series now. See, I just heard there was an editorial bloodbath.
Yeah, there was that, too. So, a bunch of editors got fired. The, let me pull this up here. So, majority of staff of the streaming service DC Universe has been laid off, as is editor-in-chief Bob Harris and multiple other executives on the publishing side. So, and this is from Hollywood Reporter. Among those two said to be losing their positions are Bob Harris, Senior VP of Publishing Strategy and Support Services, Hank Cannells, VP of Marketing, Jonah Wayland, VP Global Publishing Initiative. So these are all people on the comics side. And Digital Strategy, Bobby Chase, Senior Story Editor. I'm sorry, he's the VP of Global Publishing Initiatives. Senior Story Editor is Brian Cunningham, and Executive Editor Mark Doyle, who is the one who helped start Black Label, which is basically the new Vertigo. And Jim Lee remains the CCO. So yeah, they're laying off a third of their fucking editorial staff, and then there's supposed to be a bunch of series that are getting canceled too. So this is according to comicbook.com. Oh no, this is back in May though. So that's the wrong one. But yeah, that is the rumors that there's going to be a bunch of series that end up getting canceled. Because there was a bunch of cancels in May, then in June, as well. So, because I know that Kelly Sue DeConnick's Aquaman is getting canceled.
Good.
Here it is. So this is from Bleeding Cool. Says here, Harley Quinn, Batgirl, Red Hood and the Outlaws, which is a bummer because I like that one. Batman and the Outsiders, I like that one too. Justice League Odyssey, Hawkman, Hellblazer, Teen Titans, Young Justice, and Suicide Squad. On top of Aquaman, which is looking like that's going to be canceled as well. Holy fuck. So, what we're finding is Did I miss a donation? I don't think I did, but I'll refresh just to make sure. But yeah, this is bad for DC on the publishing end. Like, Teen Titans is canceled. That would be like Marvel canceling X-Men. And Chaos Sonic throws in another book, says, the only Netflix show I'll watch is the Netflix Ultraman anime and Del Toro's Tales of Arcadia series. I still need to watch that Netflix Ultraman. So it's it's only gonna get worse from here. Where to even begin with this? Aside from I told you so. Talon Silverbane throws in $3. I owe another bite. Why do I do this to myself?
Hey, I did a wing gauntlet.
Fair point. Talon says, glad to hear Ghost of Tsushima is good, though apparently heard Razorfist claim the bad SJW rubbish since it has women who can fight in it. There have been women trained to fight and defend their villages in Japan for a very long time. Shut the fuck up, Razor. We got another one here. Because Bendis throws in a buck. Says, hey, Bendis and Tom, be prepared for your anuses for that pink slip shoved in your asses. How's Superman and Batman run going again? Sad trumpet music. Did I tell you what the Superman sales have been like?
Terrible?
Let's just put it this way. Brian Michael Bendis' run, when he started on Superman, was selling around 100,000 copies a month, or shipping 100,000 copies. Do you know how many that they were shipping pre-COVID?
How many?
37,000.
Jesus Christ.
Brian Michael Bendis seemingly lost 60,000 monthly readers. That's how bad.
Checked out.
That's how bad his Superman is after 1 year. That's more of a decline than Black Panther by Ta-Nehisi Coates or Captain America saw. Holy fuck. But that is the status of the fucking comic book industry. There's no good writers. All of the good writers are on the indies. Me, Liam Gray, Von Klaus, Matt Winger. Like, these guys, we're all in the indies. Every once in a while, I will catch a Comicsgate thread saying, what if Micah Curtis was on Batman? I'll tell you what, I'd be selling hundreds of thousands of copies every month. I would tell compelling Batman stories. Though I would rather write Superman.
I couldn't write Superman at all. There's no way.
I'd write him as a boy from Kansas. So, but yeah, DC Comics, man, it's the end of an era. It really is, and it's sad to see, but even the mighty fall, and Marvel will be next.
No, I mean, they kind of dug the grave for themselves.
Yep. Don't call it a grave, it's the future you chose.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't be surprised when you get a new CEO that comes in wanting to, make budget cuts, try and make money during a damn pandemic, nonetheless.
Yeah.
And it turns out that you've been costing them millions for the last, God, how long? Decade, maybe?
Yep. All right, Hatman.
All right, me.
You got 5 minutes to explain Epic suing Apple. Go.
Epic is not just suing Apple. Epic is also suing Google.
Oh.
Because Fortnite got banned on both the App Store and the Google Play Store. Because Epic decided that they were going to skirt the 30% cut that both stores take for microtransactions by selling V-Bucks, whatever the hell that is, I guess in-game currency for Fortnite, at a reduced price, but sell it through an Epic Games payment processor so they could keep 100% of the money. And they got hit for it. They got banned. Apparently they were expecting this ban, so they responded in kind with a 1984 parody, as in the parody of the Apple 1984 commercial, Macintosh commercial. 1980 Fortnite, which was cringe as shit. And now they've decided that it's best to sue Apple and Google because they're monopolizing. Because they can't handle an alternative payment processor on there. They want to get that 30%, and that's wrong of them. And they are going to get fucked. Epic is. Because pretty much every other distribution platform, I think the only exceptions are the Epic Game Store itself and Steam, take a 30% cut for everything, including microtransactions. That includes the PlayStation Store and the fucking Microsoft Store through Xbox. Epic is going to get fucked. And frankly, they deserve it. You got to pay the tax if you want to do business. Sorry, that's how it goes.
Chaos Sonic throws in another $1, says, I'm looking forward to the Bloodbath. I'm not fond of all three of them, and Epic expects stuff with the China ban, by the way. Mm. Yeah.
Yep, there's a theory going around that they're using this as a way to push a sort of Tencent app store onto iOS and Android platforms, so they can skirt like the TikTok and WeChat bans. And I don't know how that would happen functionally, and I don't know if that's true, because that sounds very conspiracy-like to me.
Tinfoil Hat Man?
That is very Tinfoil Hat Man. But, no, I think Epic is going to get fucked.
Yep.
They can't win this one.
All right. Real quick. 62 people in chat. 40 of y'all are being a Steve.
Steve? God damn it!
So hit that like button if you enjoyed the show, because we're about to go into the Q&A section. And then cringe that you guys are not going to want to miss. Like, you're going to want to stick around for this. It's going to be hilarious. But hey, my fucking tongue. Jesus. Okay.
Okay.
So, Alistair asks, do either of us have any advice on writing a compelling main character to a cosmic action story who grows to be so powerful he could potentially destroy a whole universe in one explosion near the end of the story? I would have to write your entire story for you to tell the answer to that question. Because it's very... You basically told me a story. So, could I write a story and make it compelling of somebody who grows to be so powerful he fears he could destroy the universe? Absolutely. But that's kind of a trade secret, how I would do that. So... It's just going to depend on the type of person the lead character is.
Mm-hmm.
His attitude will determine how the story goes. That's the hint I will give you. Holy Ninja Toe says, if you were able to buy one property from DC when they plummet, which would it be? Green Lantern.
The Flash. You'd give Green Lantern to Ethan, wouldn't you?
I'd have him draw the covers.
They do a Red Lantern story with him.
Well, you think about it, if I take Green Lantern, that gives me a lot of characters to work with.
Oh, yeah.
Gives me all of the emotional spectrum stuff. Gives me a ton of villains. You know, so...
The question is, would you bring back the Black and White Lanterns?
I don't know. Maybe. I just want to write Sinestro. And Hal, of course.
Interesting.
Talon asks, was wondering our thoughts on people trying to claim you can't use a Wendigo anymore, since some native tribe somewhere believe thinking about speaking its name allowed the summoning of the evil spirit of the Wendigo. Do you think people should give a damn about it? And if we stop allowing Wendigo-style monsters, what beast will they ban next? Yeah, use it. Fuck them. I don't give a shit if people are offended. It's my art.
Yeah, don't care. You do not get to monopolize a cultural monster. Like, sorry.
Well,
no.
you don't get to control other people's speech.
No, you don't. No.
If I want to make a goddamn Wendigo, I'm gonna make a goddamn Wendigo. You know, and I'm gonna make my Wendigo. And if you don't like it, come and fucking take it. Watch what happens.
Yeah, that's.
Xeno Nick wants to know, what are our 3 favorite horror movies? For me, The Thing is the number 1. My second one would probably have, at this point, would actually have to be Hereditary.
Interesting.
And then third favorite, It's a lot of really good ones out there. Alien.
I knew you were going to say Alien.
So, what about you, Hatman?
So the question says 3 of my favorite horror movies, so I'm not going to do top 3 because I don't know how I'd rank them, to be honest. The Witch, which I just saw recently, and it was really fucking good. The Conjuring.
It's a good one, too.
And my third one, I have no fucking... Is Reanimator technically a horror movie?
Yes.
Then I would put
It's
Reanimator
just a B
on the
movie.
list.
So, but yeah, Reanimator's really good.
Yeah, I would put Reanimator on the list. I always thought that was just more of like a science fiction movie, but
sort of. It's not as horrifying as the original, as the source material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it doesn't count, I'd put The Fly on there. The remake of The Fly.
Yeah, The Fly is definitely a horror movie.
Yeah, that is definitely horror. That is right up my fucking alley. I'll do some Cronenberg.
Changus asks, similar to Ninja Joe's question, what Marvel property would you buy after Marvel's collects? Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is the easy answer. I would take Captain America, if only to keep it from assholes like Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Yeah. But no, Spider-Man for me, because that's... Here's the thing. When I became Comicsgate and I started writing, I knew that there was a lot of characters I would never get the chance to write. And I was okay with that. The one that still hurts is Spider-Man. So, this is a character that is my first superhero. It's my favorite superhero ever. So. Serena donated $1, said, I found a few artists on Twitter, no pronouns in the bio or mention of their sexuality. Compiled a list of top 10. Piper also directed me to Fiverr to find some artists, mostly women. Only issue is choosing which one to take on my story. Well, at least you have options, though. And Piper helping you is a good thing. Piper's awesome. So, you're in good hands. That's my girl. Alright. Chaos Sonic threw in a buck and says, about the Vietnam War. Without that war, I wouldn't have been born because my mom and her family ran away from North Vietnam to South when the war started and ended up as Americans as a refugee. It's a cool little family story, man. Thank you. So, and thank you for your generosity as well. So, anyway, Servant of God wants to know, how long until Disney does to Marvel what AT&T is doing to DC? Not long.
Yeah.
They hit massive losses with recent things because of the coronavirus. So they're going to start cutting the things that weren't making much of a profit in the first place. Marvel Comics is going to be part of it. Kevin Feige's just going to start trimming shit.
Yeah, they could easily just say everything is fucking visual now, or not visual, animation or live action now.
Yeah. Okay. To the chat, Hatman. Pick me a thing.
Okay, here's a thing. Leonardo 1 asked, why do people focus on what a drawing looking young... Why do people focus on a drawing looking young than actual pedophilia? Case in point, Twitter bitching about Uzaki-chan.
Here's the thing about the Uzaki-chan thing. There's been a lot of bullshit about it. First, looking like a child. Pretty sure the character's like 16 or 17.
She's 20.
She's 20.
20.
Okay, so I know women who are built like that. Who are really short that have huge boobs. Oddly enough, I mentioned Piper earlier. Piper's very blessed in the chest. She's also only 5'3". So
Aiden is about the same way.
I wouldn't call Aiden chesty, but Aiden's really short too. And looks younger than she is. You know. Granted, she's younger than me, so... But,
She's older than me, but she looks younger than me.
Yeah. So some people are just short, but they've got big boobs. You know? It happens sometimes. Genetics are weird things. But the whole, like, children's thing, I'm just gonna say this right now. Jason Schreier tried that argument with Dragon's Crown. It didn't work then, it doesn't work now. If a human being has breasts that big, they're probably not a child. They're probably at least a teenager.
Almost certainly.
So, Jesus Christ. Social justice warriors are retarded.
Yeah. I don't even understand. A freaking slice of life anime. Best advertising.
Yeah.
Best advertising.
Bobcat throws in $3, and he says, imagine this scenario. Disney was the one in charge of DC. Warner Brothers had Marvel. Would Feige have been able to do with the DC characters what he did with Marvel? Or is there something about the characters? Would Snyder Avengers be better? Snyder Avengers would not be better.
No, absolutely not.
I do think that Kevin Feige could have probably made a really cool grouping of thing, probably done some cool stuff with DC, but that's because Kevin Feige is the kind of guy who hires top-range talent to do it. Like, a lot of people don't understand, like, there's a lot of writers who have worked on MCU films that were picked because of potential. Like, the guy who wrote Doctor Strange was the lead writer, C. Robert Cargill. He was one of the guys on The Spill back in the day. And, then he goes and he makes a movie. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I remember it being fucking fantastic. I want to say it was Insidious, but that might not be it. Sinister. He made the Sinister films, which were really good horror films. And then he did fucking Doctor Strange, and he's working on the next one. And he's working on a Deus Ex movie. But he was a nobody. So, yeah, I think that he would find good people. 420 Gunny says, before you guys do Metal Cringe, could we do Show quick robot chicken Superman cringe. Nope, we're sticking to our guns on that one. Chaos Sonic said, thing is, Japanese people are short. It's almost as if these entitled brats are racists. That is another thing. Like,
almost, yeah.
I have been told by somebody that I know that taught English in Japan that is my height and size, that whenever he walked into certain rooms, a lot of Japanese people would stare at him because of how big he was. And I have no doubt that when I go to Japan next year with Liam, that it's going to be the exact same fucking thing. People are going to see me and go, Korea! Korea! So, yeah. So, there's a lot of Japanese women that are like 5'1" to 5'3". So if they're curvy, you know, they're going to be short and have big boobs. It's just, it's genetics, you know?
Yeah. It's possible. Unrealistic body type. Fuck off.
People who don't know anything about the real world trying to tell people what's unrealistic. That to me is hilarious. Okay, the chat, Hatman.
With chat. Back
we have
to the
7
chat.
minutes.
7 minutes. Okay. Oh, this is a fun question. Sourceman 100 asked, what would be the Saint of Inglewood's reaction to the events of 3 Nights, 4 Days if he was teleported there? No spoilers, of course.
I couldn't tell you because I'd spoiled the story for 3 Nights, 4 Days.
Shit. Okay, one word reaction.
He'd fight. We'll just put it that way.
Fair enough. Okay. Thoughts on the supervillain web novel Worm by John McCrae?
I wouldn't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about that either, so we can't.
I don't really
Talk about
read
the
novels
side part
these
of that
days.
Ironically, neither do I. Crystal Hydra asked, thoughts on main heroes who are criminals or something like that? So, anti-hero, I guess? I'm writing my story about a necromancer who starts out wanting revenge and ends with wanting to save innocence.
Was that Ultimate Agent?
No, that was Crystal Hydra.
Oh, well, Ultimate Agent has like the exact same idea.
Oh, shit. Well,
Yeah.
I guess y'all two gotta work together now.
Just don't base your protagonist on Doctor Doom. Broaden your horizons, for the love of God.
Yeah, that's interesting. Anti-hero to hero story, I guess. Anyway, let's see. Melee Brawler asks, what are your thoughts on virtual reality?
Never tried it. My only experience with it is the Virtual Boy.
I haven't even tried Virtual Boy.
It's a migraine city.
I would imagine. I don't know. There are some people saying it is the future of gaming. I don't know for sure. Motion controls were supposed to be the future of gaming, and they're not really. Though I'm told that motion controls are necessary for VR naturally. So maybe that's just the next evolution, but I don't know. Motion controls ended up being a gimmick, so I'm inclined to say virtual reality is a gimmick. But crazier things have happened, and I've been wrong before. So
yeah.
Leonardo 1 asks, have you seen the video of Musk and Joey from Flash Gets? No.
I do work. Fucking work for a living, come on.
Angry and Boss asks, is it possible for SJWs harboring hatred for Japan due to Japan not giving a fuck about them?
That is possible.
That is very possible.
They also see a lot of Americans getting into anime, and because it's going to become part of the culture, they want a piece. Because it's all about cultural influence to them.
Oh, shit. Oh shit. Gregory Urban asks, which main universe heroine from Marvel or DC would you guys marry?
Does it have to be a superhero?
If I say no, I know immediately what your answer is going to be, and you know immediately what my answer is going to be, and I'll get mocked for it.
Oh yeah. While you said that, I queued up the song.
I fucking knew it. I knew it. Go ahead, play it, because you know what my fucking answer will be.
Are you going to say Spider-Gwen?
No.
Okay,
No,
good.
Gwen Stacy. It's still Gwen Stacy.
Well, she's not a heroine. So I guess if we're going heroines.
If we're going heroine, no, I can't say Spider-Gwen. Marvel or DC? I'm gonna go with Barbara Gordon on this one.
Batgirl? Okay.
I'll go with Barbara Gordon. Batgirl or Oracle, I don't care.
Fair enough. So has to be a superhero. Marvel or DC. Think. Assuming that her powers would not affect me, Rogue.
Interesting.
Rogue was my girl back in the day, man. She was one of my favorite X-Men. I mean, who didn't love, like 90s Rogue, though?
We like our Southern Belle, don't we?
Yes, we do. Especially those
ready
hips.
for one more?
No, it is actually time.
All right, it's time. So, overflow me, y'all.
Actually, overflow brain box because he's here.
No, I've got the overflow document up, so just overflow me. I'll take it this time. Rainbox, you got the week off.
Okay. So, black metal cringe.
Lots of goth lovers in the chat.
Why is everybody picking Raven?
I'm seeing Raven. I don't know if Widow would count. Black Cat, Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn is.
If we were doing F, Marry, Kill, any answer with Harley Quinn not F is like wrong. Serena donates another $1. Says started contacting artists about their interest in story, gauge the price rates. Hopefully one of them will be interested. Yes, hopefully so. All right. So Hatman, are you ready?
Yeah, send me the thing.
All right. Sending it through the Discord.
All right.
Now tell me if you have seen this first.
I'm fairly certain I have. This looks very familiar.
Okay, so we're not going to do that one then.
Wait. Yes, I've totally seen this before.
Okay.
My teacher in college actually showed me this.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I sent you the
That's
second
fun.
one.
Okay, this I definitely have not seen.
Oh yes, this is hilarious. So
Okay.
what before we start, what I mean by black metal cringe is people who think they're black metal trying to make black metal and they have no musical talent whatsoever and they do weird creepy shit. For example, that's the wrong window. So we're now streamceptioning. That is indeed a thing. There we go. All right. Hitting the thing in 5, 4, 3,
Hold
2.
on. Okay. Just reminding people that I've got overflow this week.
Okay.
So, go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Surround 5.1. Okay. Is this Dollar Store Alice Cooper?
Just watch.
Fadad's?
Fadades is how it's pronounced.
God, I can see the green screen seep through his hair.
Dramatic zoom!
Is that fucking Donald Duck?
Pyramids make me angry!
Is he speaking German or French?
It's French.
What?
You have now been enlightened.
That's funny as hell. I mean, it's not just me, right? Like, he was basically whisper shouting.
Pretty much, yeah.
So what? Like, was he afraid he was going to wake up his mom or something?
I don't even know, man.
Jesus Christ. So the title translates to the anger of Ramses.
Yes.
I don't understand. I guess that explains the Egypt thing, but
Pretty much. John Weitzel asks, are you sure this isn't a parody? It's not. This dude took himself 100% seriously back in the day.
Jesus God. Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and cue up Deluge, because Deluge is pretty funny too, from what I remember.
Okay.
But,
Shit. What the fuck?
Chaos Sonic says just after that, look at the Rise of Ultraman trailer. Okay. Alright, bringing up the
Fuck.
thing.
Hold on. Discord is a shit. Okay. Tell me when.
No, I'm just making sure that it's capturing the right window. Alright, hitting it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Great city stretch.
around like there's a fly in the room and he's just pissed off that it's there.
Hold on! Did he fucking color his nostrils too?
Yes.
Oh my fucking lord. Oh my fucking god. This is bootleg Alice Cooper.
What was that expression?
Holy shit.
Again with the tongue out!
Jesus Christ. Holy fuck.
At least you learned what chroma keying is. Damn you, clouds!
Roar. Roaring cloud. Roaring the ocean. I guess that's how you fix the fucking green screen. You just keep black and white.
His eyes went all J.J. Abrams on us.
I have special eyes. It looks like he's trying to get some out of his teeth. What the fuck?
Again with the tongue thing. Oh, good lord.
Oh, look at that tongue. It's like a lizard. Jesus fucking God.
Screw all you guys.
Well, I will give him one thing. Not a single na, hey, hey, or doot.
Well, it's black metal. It's not gonna have that.
True.
But no,
But
like that, like,
still
I
one
swear-
thing
like
going for it.
people say, "Oh, you need to take black metal seriously." That's what I think of whenever I think of black metal.
Oh my fucking God.
Like, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit.
That's funnier than hell. That's funnier than hell. And this is definitely not a fucking parody. Like, this is Poe's Law. This is Poe's Law for fucking black metal. Jesus Christ.
Alright, somebody wanted us to watch a thing before we go. And it's The Rise of Ultraman.
More Ultraman stuff.
Okay, so let's check this out. Now, we can't, because this is copywritten by Marvel, we cannot show you guys. But we will watch it.
So you just have to trust us.
Yeah, you have to just trust us. Excuse me.
This or Limp Bizkit. Oh, God.
No.
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 Tell me when.
Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, bisexual lighting, 5 seconds in.
Really? Is that fucking Baragon?
what Titans of today are we talking about? Like, that's an Alex Ross cover, obviously, but
Titans of today, as in the kaiju.
like,
Oh.
who's making this? I want to know these Titans, because the art looks okay. Again, a lot of the bisexual lighting coloring, I hate that.
Is that fucking Spider-Man?
Okay, so hold on. Kyle Higgins, Matt Groom, Francesco Manna. Those are not the Titans of today. I don't even know who the fuck they are.
I love how they have to just put cover by Alex Ross on there, just like to try and sell books like that.
That's about the only thing that they've got. It's like, it just looks like generic fucking story. You know, like who, and like Kyle Higgins, like they didn't put like Kyle Higgins, the writer of or artist of, I don't even know who he is. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Kyle Higgins.
Oh, it's a collaboration. Jesus fuck, though.
Well, I don't care. I want to know who wrote this. Best known for his work on the Batman franchise at DC Comics and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers franchise at Boom. Okay, but nobody knows who he is. Matt Groom. Who's that? So he's a guy who worked for Image at one point. Okay. Like, these are not Titans. These are not even notable writers. No one knows who the fuck these guys are. Like, this is not selling me on anything. So, yeah, I am very not impressed. I mean, if they had put in, like, from the writer of Power Rangers, or from Power Rangers writer Matt Grom, and such artist of such and such, you know, whatever the other guy's name is,
Yeah.
then I would have a reference point. You just tell me they're the Titans of today. Marvel's definition of a current day Titan is certainly not what I would consider a Titan. Like, I would consider a Titan to be like Jim Starlin.
Yeah.
You tell me Jim Starlin's writing Ultraman, I'm there. I'm sold. I'd buy it. That would be a really good pick. But you tell me it's just some dude. I don't fucking care. You know? I was really worried when it said the Titans of today, it was going to be like Kelly Sue DeConnick writing it.
Oh god. Well, at least they didn't give her that title.
So, but if it does see any success as a comic book, I fully expect the Whisper Network to try to cancel the writer.
There you go.
So, all right, folks, we're going to be calling it there.
That's it.
We've talked about ninjas. We've talked about boobs. But not ninjas with boobs. So,
Yeah, because fuck Naruto.
yes. Naruto sucks. That we can all agree on.
Yes,
But
it
before we
does.
go, don't be a Steve. Hit that fucking like button if you enjoyed the podcast. But it is time for us to call it a day. So, with all that said, my name is Micah Curtis.
Now I'm Alex Baldwin, and remember that sandwich I was talking about? I ate it in between shows. Sorry.
We will see you guys next week. Deus Vult.
Deus Vult.